Unusual for you to be doing paid ads, Fee. What's going on? Where is Fee? I can't even see her. Oh, you're blank, Fee. What else we got? Mel, big classes over Easter weekend and super energy. That's really cool. Tracy has had 22 leads for a healthy snacks workshop. 4 new ladies keen to start in the next few weeks. So that's incredible. You're desperate, Fee. Yeah. Oh no, another one with COVID. Oh, rest up, hun. Yeah, I feel like I'm not 100%. Even I think it's been almost 2 weeks now since I got it. So, but definitely feeling much better. Beck's had $8 Facebook leads. Beck, share your ads, dude. $8 leads are awesome.
My ads from Dan.
And Corrine, great. Oh, Dan. Great energy. Easter edition sessions before Easter, small break for Easter. That's good, Corrine. And that always helps us feel fresh and better. And 3 new members starting this week. You guys are on fire.
Awesome.
You're killing it, Dan.
Amazing wins. Amazing wins. I'm looking forward to, I'm going to put a few of you on the spot a little later throughout to share because lots of people are doing lots of things successfully. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen and we're going to dive in and we're really going to talk about our marketing over the next 90 days. But it more or less is creating a monthly marketing plan and then just kind of rinsing and repeating that. But I'll talk about big picture, some of the things that are going on in the marketing world within the fitness space, what it means for us and how we need to adjust and adapt. And then I will share some frameworks and then we'll dive into some really cool tactical stuff as well. So lots and lots planned. I'm going to share my screen. And if you can see that, just give me a little thumbs up. Make sure that Dan's done this correctly because Dan's so good at tech. All right, let's dive in. Let's dive into how the marketing world has changed in 2022. All right, because there's been lots and lots of changes, and I'm just going to go through all of these kind of one by one. Okay, so first one, and Beck just kind of poo-pooed this, but Facebook and IG ads are inconsistent and challenging. So I have never seen anything like it in all my years of running Facebook ads. I've never seen it as up and down. I've never seen them as expensive at different stages. And I went and spoke to a couple of agency owners and I said, is it just me that is dealing with this or is this across the board? And they said it is 100% across the board. So few reasons for it. I think they're less important, but the iOS changes are definitely having an impact. And also people are just jumping off Facebook. So their user numbers are actually going down as well. So there's a couple of reasons for it, but they're inconsistent and challenging. Don't worry, don't fear. I'm going to be sharing how Beck got $8 leads later on. And I'm going to be sharing some stuff that is still working. Cost per acquisition. So how much it actually costs to acquire a client. So really, really important number that we need to know is increasing. If you're running paid ads right now, Jimmy told me, looking at everybody in his digital agency, that the cost of acquiring a client right now is $400 via ads. $400 via ads. So what does that mean for us? It means if we're going to run Facebook ads, what do you think we need to do with our offers? What do you think? Put it in the chat. What do you think it means for us? Yeah, I saw Jen raise her finger. It means that we need to put up the prices. So we need to obviously, like if previously you were running free offers, running 2 for $20s or running $97 offers, it's going to be hard. You can still obviously win off that, but you're going to be cash flow negative for a while. So we want to try and get as much back so we can liquidate that cost so we can reinvest that as well. So really trying to sell products for $200 plus, but even $400 plus on the front end now becomes more and more important. Jack, if Facebook usage is going down, that would raise the importance of things like Google My Business, 100%. And it's definitely one of the things I'm going to cover today as well, 100%. Google Local Business, it's not an option. It's a necessity. All right. Google local business optimization is absolutely non-negotiable. Now, how do you do that? Well, I'm just about to hire somebody that's going to do it for me. Beck also has used this person very successfully. Beck is eating, so I don't know if I'll ask you to tell me the results of that, but I know Beck gets quality leads at least, around that kind of 3 to 5 every single week from Google. And the leads, you may go, well, that's not that many leads. I kind of put a weighting of them of about 2 Facebook or 3 Facebook leads to 1 Google lead, because they're more qualified and they're actually exploring as well. So you want to have Google local business optimization. One of the things that I did, I have yet to do anything with it, is I just went onto Udemy, bought like a $49 course on how to optimize my Google business as well, because it's just like a skill that I think is going to be really important for all business owners moving forward. Outreach, becoming really, really powerful. Like the way that we now do have, like the whole sales dialogue has changed. It's less on phone and it's more on chat. So reaching out to people that are engaging in content, starting conversations with them, reaching out to people that are following us, voting on polls, viewing our stories, all of that is becoming more and more important to create opportunities for conversations. Trend towards reels and short videos is only growing. If you're not doing consistent reels right now, if you don't know what a reel is, don't worry, I didn't up until a few weeks ago either, but you want to start utilizing them because the engagement of reels is phenomenal relative to anything else. It's absolutely huge. Fiona, reels are gold. They really are. Your hygiene one went off. Yeah, like the amount of views that you can get are ridiculous right now. AI and automation are more important than ever. And so I shared this with Beck's pod, actually. So Beck knows this. Jasper. If you guys are not using Jasper, you seriously need to think about using Jasper. I don't know, is anyone here love writing sales and marketing copy? Probably not. And so what it does is it will write it for you. And I can give you a little example of that later on. It's truly, truly awesome. Jack, you said jump onto our 2 Instagram pages. Our reels have been getting around 10,000 views and heaps of click through. Awesome. All right, so jump on. What are your Instagram pages, mate? Put them in the chat so everyone can follow you and can see these reels in action. All right, so there's Vision PT Southport and Vision PT Bundell. Good. And you must learn how to sell by chat. So this is now a skill that you have to develop, much like selling via phone, selling via console. You need to learn how to sell via chat. And so, Jack, you're doing 1 a week on average. I noticed the same thing. I noticed I did a couple of reels. Immediately, I wasn't getting 10,000 views, but we were getting a couple of thousand views. And I've just told my media team to double down. I said, if we're getting that many views, why would we only do 1 a week now? Let's do 2 a week. Then we're going to go to 3 a week, 4 a week, 5 a week. It was really, really interesting. I was listening to Alex Hormozy the other day. If you don't know him, he's a pretty smart marketer. And he had a coaching call with Grant Cardone. And he goes, what are you doing that I'm not? And Grant said to him, get out your phone and tell me how many times you've posted in the last 7 days. And Alex had done like 2, right? Grant had done like 40, all right? If something's working really, really well, double down on it, all right? And you need more lines in the ocean than ever before, all right? So right now I'm finding, and what do I mean by that? I mean more lead diversification. Because you used to be able to just be lazy almost with Facebook and Instagram. At least I was, all right? Where I could always depend that I'd get 10 to 20 leads, hands down, no questions asked. It's not that predictable anymore. So you need more lines in the ocean. JB, nice to see you jump on, mate. Your last 3 members were all chat and Google. I meet people at their first session. Yeah, Yeah, amazing. So they're testament to everything that I've shared. So they're the big observations that I've made. Obviously, like I'm immersed in this all day, every day. Which one which one do you feel like you need to, based on what I've said there now, which one do you feel like you need to really take heed of and refine and improve or adopt into your business? Let me know in the chat. JB, outreach, hence getting the VA. Yeah, we should be now at a point, JB, where we can get 5 bookings a week via outreach. That's the goal that I want everybody to have. Jackie, Google Local Business. I think that would be great for you, Jackie. One of the early things to start with Google Local Business, guys, is start getting your reviews in. Like we'll talk about testimonials in a little bit, but really get everybody to do a Google review for you. You can give them a little incentive. You can run a competition, but let's begin the Google Local Business optimization sooner rather than later. Also just update it, put new pictures on there, make sure your opening times are right. Just make sure everything there is updated, fresh and new, and then updated on a regular basis. Tracy, outreach as well. Good. We'll talk about outreach a little bit. Beck, reels and double posting. Yeah. So I've seen you now get into more posting, which is awesome. And now it's just working out what's working really well and doubling down on that. We got Jack getting nude in the background, do we? Good stuff, Jack. We've got Tash, all of them.
Settle down, Jack.
I know, look at that, just stripping down. When you got a rig like that, you will not see me do that on one of these calls. Tash, all of them, Reels and Google Local Business. Awesome. More lines in the ocean for you, Amy. Good. So we'll talk about which lines we want to use. Kareen, look into and optimize Google Local My Business and learn how to do Reels. Yeah, I had no idea. And I asked actually one of my mentors, and he's like, Dan, go and hire a 15-year-old. So I actually asked my stepdaughter, who's 13, I'm like, talk to me about this Reel business. Like, what the hell is this? And she gave me the rundown. She was my tutor. And so you need to find somebody young. Reels.
Should hire my 8-year-old then, hey?
Yeah, you know what? Should probably surprise you. She probably can do a reel. Yeah. Oh, you said your manager's daughter does it, Jen. How good's that? And get some reels going. Awesome. Yeah, Google optimization. Absolutely. Like not all lead quality is equal, right? And so I'm going to be talking about setting lead target numbers in a moment, but your lead makeup is obviously really different because, if you get a referral, they're your A-type leads. Google optimization are pretty much the same, like Google Local Business A-type leads, where paid social media, they're like C-level leads. All right. So not all leads are created equal. And this is where you've got to know your numbers. Because if you're really paid ad dependent, you may only get a 30% conversion thereabouts from lead to sale. If you're more organic, referral, Google oriented, that can be 60, 70% territory. And so it's really, really good to know these numbers. Okay, so they're the trends that I'm seeing, that I've seen in 2022. So where do we go to from here? Well, let's take a step back. Before we get tactical, let's get strategic. We need to actually identify how many leads do we want for the month of May, all right, June and July. So I want everybody to be really, really clear on how many leads they need to generate. And then what we're going to do is we're going to break that big target down into smaller mini targets based on the source itself. Now, a couple of things to take into consideration. You got to work backwards from your client goals. Okay, so don't just pluck a number out and go, I want 20 leads for the month of May. I want you to be strategic about this. I want you to be, very, very accurate with it. If you want, say, +2 new clients every single week, so 9 for the month, you know that you're going to have attrition of 1 a week as well. So you're going to then lose 4 clients. So then that's 13 clients. And you know you have a 50% lead to client conversion, then I need 26 leads. So I want you to sort it out at that level. How do you do so? You need to track your data and you need to account for attrition. So I'm going to ask everybody now to put in their lead target based on what I've said there. All right. How many clients do you want? Let's just do for May and then we can repeat this for June and July. How many clients do you want? How many are you going to lose based off your current attrition numbers, based on your current lead to client conversion? How many leads do you need to generate? So whack it in the chat so I can see those numbers. You'll have to do some calculations. You'll have to get out the calculator. You may need to. All right, so Jen, I'm going to ask you, whilst everyone's putting it in the chat, how did you come up with 50 leads for May?
Just exactly like that, just taking into account our current numbers, how many cancellations we get per month. So adding them onto what I want to achieve each week. And then just taking into account our conversion, which with the Facebook lead ads is only around 50% at the moment, if that. So yeah.
Good. Okay. So reverse engineered. I want everybody to put it in there. Jack, 12 at South, 10 at Bundle. And is that because you've got different client growth goals at the two studios, Jack?
We've got the same client growth goals, but we've actually got different client dropout rates between the two.
Yeah, interesting. So you account for that in your lead generation.
Yeah. So obviously, like, ideally, we we keep continuing to improve retention, but based on the current retention, that's where the lead goals are different.
Love that. Love that. Amy, you got 24 leads. Good. All right. So there is another 12 people that have not put in their targets. So that's everybody obviously working out their calculations, which is great. So I want you to be deliberate about this. Jackie, steady 5 per month. Sam, 40 for the month. Beck, 48. Tracy, 30. Hugh, 32. Good. Mel, 20. Excellent. If you have any questions as well, you guys just put it in the chat. So everyone should have a really clear lead target now, a very specific number, not one plucked out the backside like we often have, but one that we have that will get us towards our goals. All right. And then what we need to do is I just want to go through some of the fundamentals. Now, I'm reading this book at the moment and I absolutely freaking love it. I'm not really reading it. I'm listening to it on Audible as I'm running, as I'm half marathon training, getting put through my paces by Jack. And it's called Ready, Fire, Aim. And it's actually like, this is the best motivator for me running because I'm just listening to this book. And it's by this guy called Michael Masterson. And essentially it's essentially like, I don't want to be disrespectful here, but it's like a Bible on how to build a multi-million-dollar business. Like these are the different stages of business. These are the different things that you need to focus on within those different stages. And one of the key things that he is really emphasizing right now is most people just do not spend enough resources. And I've put kind of 4 major resources in there: time, energy, money, and focus. Most people do not have enough resources dedicated towards sales and marketing. And hence why they're not growing as quick as they'd like to. Maybe they're in a plateau. Maybe they have a product that isn't even working, but they don't even know at this point because they just haven't gone out to market enough. And so he's saying up until a point where your business hits $3 million, 80% of your resources needs to be directed towards sales and marketing. Now, that's obviously a lot. But what I would say is, what would happen to your business if you dedicated an extra hour a day to sales and marketing? What would happen? Put it in the chat. What would happen if you spent 1 hour solely 100% dedicated to doing nothing but marketing and selling? What would happen to your business? And a whole extra hour on what you're doing right now. Right, in addition to what you're doing. So Tracy, more leads. Fiona, growth. It would explode. Yeah, massive growth, profit. Awesome. And that's why we've been, up until this point, we haven't done a single, or we've done one. We've talked about Facebook groups, but that's been the one marketing presentation we've done. We've been talking about systems. We've been talking about automation. We've been talking about management. We've been talking about team. We've been talking about leadership. Why? So we can create more space so you can have more time dedicated to marketing and sales as well. Now, it doesn't even need to be that you're literally doing everything. That's not how I want you to mistake what I'm saying here. But it's getting team members. It's getting resources that are dedicated to more sales and marketing. Kareen, yet more conversations, more leads, more conversions equals growth. Absolutely. So we need to really have a look at our perfect week formulas. We need to have a look at how we're spending our time and identify where the opportunity is to spend more time on marketing and sales. Second thing is, and I talked about this briefly before, and expanding your audience. Absolutely, Jen. Actually, do you want to just expand on that, on expanding your audience, Jen? What do you mean by that?
Yeah, sure can. Well, the more we're putting ourselves out there, the more we're marketing. Doesn't really matter what avenue we're going through, whether it's Google, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, Reels, whatever. We're increasing our reach, and then we're increasing our audience each and every time. And obviously that snowballs. So the more we continue doing that, and if you're saying that consistent hour every day, which means it's going to have that snowball effect as we go along, and within even a couple of weeks, we can increase our reach and our audience like massively, tenfold, if not more.
Absolutely, you can. Great point. Love that. I've already talked about the benefit of data. What gets managed gets measured, or what gets measured gets managed would be better. And so you need to know two things, really. You need to know your cost per acquisition, because that's really, really important, because particularly when it comes into a paid perspective, but also from an organic, you need to put a rate on your time, okay? Because your time is finite. So how much is it going to cost to acquire a client? So let's say it takes 2 hours of outreach messaging, and we put ourselves on at $100 an hour in terms of a rate. It's $200 to acquire that client. We also need to then know lifetime client value. How much is a client worth to us? So your CRM generally should be able to give you lifetime client value, the average tenure of someone, because then you're able to go, all right, well, it cost me $300 to acquire a client, but our lifetime client value might be $3,000. Okay, so you're obviously going to spend more time doing that and utilizing that acquisition system, all right, and leveraging that. And then what I would say is delegate the non-essential. And so, as I said, 80% of your resources, well, you can delegate the non-essential, so you're really focused on the big picture. So Fiona, this is huge. Yours is $6,300. So worth giving them love in the acquisition phase. Absolutely. So every time you bring a client in, it's $6,300, which is a huge lifetime client value, I might add, which is obviously testament to, and that's the average. Yeah, that's obviously testament to your retention. And so this is where I'm so glad you're running Facebook ads right now. So glad you're running Facebook ads because every time you bring a client, they stay. They stay for a long time, and it increases your profitability. So that's really important for us to know. Now, I've shared this with a few people, but I see social media marketing right now from an organic perspective in 5 key components. I see 5 stages, and people quite often say, well, what can I delegate out of that? And I say you can delegate 4 out of those 5. So when I create, with my social media strategy, I do 1, and that is content creation. I will write the article, film the video, do a quick little reel, which I don't do any editing on whatsoever, right? So that's stage 1 is the content creation. I always believe that should be you. All right, it's your voice. No one knows it as well. I think it's very, very hard to outsource, and I think it gets diluted when you do so. So that would be stage 1. Stage 2 would then be to edit that. So add nice little subtitles onto the reel itself, add a nice graphic or whatever else it may be. I'm going to delegate that. So I'm going to delegate stage 2. Stage 3 would then be to post it. I don't want to do posting. I don't want to think about that. So we have a marketing calendar of what gets posted when on each platform. Stage 4 would be then the engagement on the content itself. So if people like it, if people vote on it, if people comment on it, then I've got somebody outsourced to do the interaction with it. And then stage 5 is to do outreach based on behavior. You know, they might like our page, they might, you know, watch a story or whatever else. So I will do phase 1. I won't do phases 2, 3, 4, and 5. And so you want to delegate your non-essential. Now, first you're going to have to do all 5. And then as the business goes, you can then take some of those dollars and put it back so you can free yourself up and you can do the most valuable things. If you got any questions on that, let me know, but that's how I see it. All right, so let's talk about the plan itself. I've changed this. So if you've seen me deliver this before, you would have seen that it's changed.
Sorry, Dan, can I quickly interrupt just because Sam's got a question on the previous slide.
Awesome.
She just wanted to know the difference between 4 and 5.
Yeah, awesome. Great. Thanks, Sam. So 4 is more the engagement on the post, so whether they like it or comment on it. And then 5 is just more general outreach. So maybe you're outreaching to people in like maybe neighboring business. It might be people that follow you and then doing some outreach to them. So content engagement and then outreach. So little slight differentiation.
Okay, thanks.
Thanks for that, Jen. So if we want 10 leads a week, so going back to what our monthly target is, if you want 10 leads per week, so thereabouts 42 per month, then you need 4 lead flows optimized. If you want over 10 and under 20 thereabouts, we need 5 lead flows, and then 20 plus leads, we need 6 lead flows. What are our lead flows? All right, they're big, broad categories. We have organic marketing, which is our biggest. All right, so that's going to be all your content. It's going to be all your outreach. It's going to be your 250 list. It's going to be your Google local business optimization. It's going to be your Facebook group. That is the biggest category of all. Then we have our paid traffic. So Facebook ads, Instagram ads, Google ads, directories like Bark and OneFlare. That's our paid traffic. Then we have our referrals. So things like obviously our tag and wins, our competitions, our bring a friend weeks. We have our events like charity training sessions, seminars, workshops. We have our list build, which, you know, Jen just talked about building your audience, your war plans, your email list, your text list, your list in your Facebook group, your list in terms of personal followers, Instagram followers. And then you have partnerships, joint ventures, sponsorships, JVs. All of that might be local businesses. It might be footy teams. It might be other allied health practitioners. So each one of these categories is broad. And based on your target, you need to optimize, you know, either 4, 5, or 6 of those lead flows, the way that I see it. So based on your lead target, put in the chat, what are going to be your key lead flows? Let me know. Based on your target. All right, so Sam, organic, paid, Facebook, referrals and list build. Yeah, organic, paid, refer, list events, good. Organic events paid, good. Organic marketing, but need to lift on the referrals and list building. Events, referrals, Facebook. Paid because we don't do enough. Love it. Good. All right. So now you should be clear on where you need to focus. All right. That's what I wanted to say. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of share with you a big kind of picture, what I call like the monthly bare ass minimum marketing plan. Okay. So this is the BAM. And this is what I believe all of us need to be doing thereabouts on a monthly basis. And as I said, ask me questions as I go through it. And I'm just going to share a couple of things. I'm going to get people to share a couple of things as well. So the first is a war plan. If you haven't watched it, we have an extensive war plan training on the portal itself. There's also a document that goes along with that to make your life easier. But there's 4 key things that I would recommend that you utilize to improve your war plan. Number one is nurture your list. So don't only contact them when you've got an offer. How can you build a relationship with them? So I email my list, and it's only a small list. I only have about 1,300 on my list right now. I email my list twice a week. And so when I do my war plan, I get a really nice response because I've led with value. All right. So I send 9 emails I'll send 9 emails in a month. 8 of those are value-based emails. You don't need to do 2 a week. You could start with 1 a fortnight, but start delivering some value on that side. So when they get an offer, it's going to resonate better, and it's going to get a better response. Second, and we've had massive success with this at our gym, is SPEAR voice memos for ex-clients. So what is a SPEAR? Acronym is short, personalized, and evoke a response. And so what we'll do is we'll reach out, we'll say, hey, Jack, hope you're doing really well. Hope Tamsin's Pilates business is absolutely flying. Hey, we just released a 14-day post-Easter kickstart, and we really miss having you train. Just thought you might be interested. Let us know. So it's short, it's personalized, and evokes a response. All right. Obviously only works if you know the client itself, but if you just do, I'd really set yourself a challenge where you print out a list of your ex-clients and you do 5 to 10 of them a day. And I promise you'll get a really good ROI. Like you'll get a massive ROI on it. Amy, yeah, it's a killer. It's working so well. And I've seen quite a few clients have done it really successfully as well, because you've got to, I say it later on in this marketing presentation, is you've got to be different to everybody else. And so right now they're getting a whole bunch of automated offers and everything else. And that's important. But what's even more important is having that personalized touch point that's a little bit unique and different. And that's how we're going to cut through. Short text. So your war plan shouldn't just be emails. It should be text, and they should be short and sharp. All right. Using the 9-word format really helps. And so there should have been 4 on that. I don't know where the 4th one's gone. I might come up later. I'm trying to think. It was use community groups. And this is the example. So this is Cody. Cody's not on the call today, but he's in the elite program. And he put this post. It's a great image, isn't it? It's a fantastic image, right? But he put this post in 3 community groups and ended up with over 100 leads. All right. They cost him nothing. Now he turned that 100+ leads into 10 clients. Pretty impressive. All right. That was the 4th thing, is use your community groups. I'm going to dive into Facebook ads in a little bit. But what I would say is that you have to have 2 to 3 ads. Sam, you saw this post in your community group, and and generated 15 leads from it. How good, Sam? That's awesome. Absolutely costs nothing, and they're in your area. What I would say as well is what we have seen some success with is directories. So there's Bark and OneFlare. You're paying for the leads, and we've seen some really good success on that side. So it's not just Facebook and Instagram ads from a paid perspective. And then Google ads. A lot of people went away from Google ads for a long time because they became quite expensive. But we're seeing really good ROI on Google ads right now. And the really cool thing is I don't need to teach you how to do them. They'll actually have a one-on-one call with you, and they'll help you set them up. So they'll have a 30-minute call with you. They'll help you do everything. They'll give you the strategy. They'll give you the tactics. They'll give you the know-how. So that's they're the things from a paid marketing. So this is what I believe all of us need to be doing, is our monthly war plan. Paid marketing, that's what we need to be doing. Beck, this one looks familiar, doesn't it? I'm going to get you to share that in a little bit. A referral offer. So you rotate it. So this is I've said this is a 90-day marketing plan. You might do a tag and win this month. Then next month you might do a prize. The next month you might do a bring a friend. Now, Beck, I'm going to get you to unmute yourself. What is this tag and win? What did you do? How did it work?
Basically, I had everyone tag their friends into the post, then they have to go to the page and actually like the post, and then they have to share it as well on their stories for an extra tag to win. So everybody that was tagged that I knew that wasn't a member, I had my virtual assistant reach out to them, start a conversation, and then just follow a direct message script to book them in for a call. And then I called everybody and gave them a 14-day trial. And then I obviously selected 2 people that were like that I knew were in the area and gave them the prize. Generated about 15 to 20 leads, I think, from memory.
Awesome. Easy, guys. Easy. So easy. And even like I just went on Beck's Instagram. Like I just went on there, Tribe Wellness Go, and just you can see the copy, you can see how it's laid out. Super simple. I believe we need to be running 1 event a month. Now that, obviously life is getting a little easier for us to interact. What can that be? Workshop, charity training session, seminars, fun run, and then Pilates and Prosecco. So I was going to ask Jack, mate, do you want to share, like you're a master of doing events. You shared this a little bit at our immersion. You've shared a little bit in the group itself. What makes a really good event and how does it work for growing your business?
Yeah, that's cool. I think there's a few different things that are really important with events. Like when you look across your database, obviously we look at things like behavior styles. So, you look at the really big direct people who want to compete and, achieve really big, important things. That's when things like fitness events, fun runs, marathons, stuff like that are really important. Then you've got a lot of people who are there for sort of things like community. So things like parties and things like I said, Pilates and Prosecco, stuff like that is really important in terms of retention for them. But then there's also the people who are looking for those really early on results. So that education piece is really important. Being able to run workshops and seminars and coach and like small group coaching things where you can actually really educate these people, which then just puts them into our community really well. But it's just another value add on top of their normal program. So for instance, like this Saturday at one of our studios, we've got it's called Eat Your Way to Better Health. It's just a workshop. We've got 23 confirmed. One of my trainers running that. And it's just a really simple nutrition seminar, just really fundamental stuff. This Sunday's Gold Coast Running Festival, which we've got about 15 clients registered for a 5, 10 or 21. And then in 4 weeks, one of my studios is doing a Train the Trainer event, which is basically just a charity fundraiser where they all just train us and smash us. And then we'll have a barbecue and coffee afterwards. So like I said, it's just really important, I think, like to offer something to all the different people to try and get them involved in not only necessarily the community, but just involved in what we do.
I love that, mate. Thanks for sharing. I love that you've got different events for different personalities. That's so cool. I hadn't actually heard that kind of format before. And it's a great way for determining what you're going to run and when you're going to run it as well. Unreal. And then the last one that we need in our bare ass minimum marketing plan is organic. And really just kind of choosing between it. Are we going to go use our 250 list? It's on the portal. Facebook group covered it this year. Are we going to do outreach from content? Are we going to leverage our testimonials? And there's all these trainings we've got. And so which one of those are we going to plug and play from an organic perspective? And so that's our bare ass marketing plan, right? So just to recap, this is what we have. Bare ass minimum. We have our war plan. We have our paid marketing. We have our referral offers. We have our events, and we have our organic. If you were to do those 5 different strategies consistently each and every month, and you don't have to do everything here, you just select one of these, right? You select one of these from each of the lists. What do you think would happen to your business at the end of the month? Just put it in the chat. How do you think, would your business grow? Do you think you generate more clients? Do you think you generate more leads? Do you think it would accelerate your progress and growth? Just let me know in the chat. Yeah, Amy, for sure. Yeah, 100%. Like, and this is just the bare ass minimum. Like, there's heaps more. Yeah, great energy in the gym and growth for sure. More leads, better engagement, growth. You'd have more money, Jackie, to spend in Europe. Love that. Tracy, growth. Love that. Excellent. So let's dive in deep. All right, let's go into a little bit more now of the real specifics. So Beck boasted earlier on that she's getting $8 leads. All right. And how the hell are we getting $8 leads? Because Facebook right now is a bit of a minefield. And she said, I copied Dan's ads. And so I'm always reminded of this saying when it comes to marketing: when everyone zigs, you zag. All right. And what I've seen, and maybe us marketing coaches are to blame, but I see a lot of people doing the same things. All right. And so you've got to have something different in the market itself. All right. And so this was an example of an ad. We're still running it. And it's worked really, really well. So what we did is we targeted parents and their children. And I ended up changing it. I was just targeting parents on Facebook ads with the targeting, and then I just made it more general. So just, kind of guess some ages. And this has been huge because we were getting $10 leads. It's gone up to 13 just because it escalated in the last week. But we've been able to get consistently now for the last 8 weeks, really good quality leads, really good cost, because we're zagging. We're doing something different in the marketplace. Now, I know this is not going to work for everybody. Some of you may not want parents and children training together, but it's really worked for us. So what can you do which is different in the marketplace itself? And just kind of like some of the specifics on this, we just sell them into a really low barrier offer at the moment. It's $197. What they get with that is the adult gets unlimited group training, and they get 3 30-minute pair sessions, 1 a week for the 3 weeks. So they get to train with, their son, daughter, which is really cool. And they also get to look after themselves, because what we found, and this is really like Ali's genius. She wrote the copy, she created the offer. What she found is a lot of people feel like they want to be spending more time with their kids, but in the sales conversation, she's also finding that they don't have enough time for themselves. And so that's also really, really working on that side. So that's been huge for us. So in Facebook, do something different. If you've got any questions on that, let me know. And I'm happy to kind of dive in deeper on that if you guys would like me to. Authentic videos, and I'll show you one in a moment, work really well. Just natural, short, sharp videos are still working very, very well. Why? Because they're different. It's not the same old image. It's not the same old offer. And what I'll do is I'll share my screen in a moment and I'll show you what I mean, so you can see it. I believe you need at least 2 campaigns right now, because one is going to go really well. Well, one may go well, the other one will not. So we diversify our risk. You want to optimize the lead form. So right now we're getting 56% of our leads booking in for a direct phone call, which obviously makes life a lot easier because of the copy that we use on the lead form itself. And then this is more of the technical side, is I would use in your campaign, use campaign budget optimization, have 1 campaign, 2 to 4 ad sets, and 2 to 4 ads with each ad set. Then you just let Facebook do its thing and go, hey, you're way cleverer than me. You're way smarter. Just go and show the ad that is actually resonating, rather than me trying to guess it. So that's what I'll do on that side. So what I'll do now is I'll stop my share and I'll just show you a couple of things to just reinforce that. If you guys got any questions, let me know whilst I do so. All right, so one of the really cool things is Ad Library. So I hope everyone, if you don't know this, this is really, really cool. You just go to facebook.com/ads/library and you can see anybody's ads. So I was just having a look here. Jamie, one of the coaches in Inner Circle, I was like, what's he doing? Because I know he's a pretty savvy marketer, right? So I wanted to have a look at his ads. But if you go, oh, that looks like a really interesting campaign that you got going at the moment, Dan, then you can just go to Momentum 360. We can bring that up. And you can see all of our ads, right? And so this one, let's just say this, and you can see more than that. You can, so we'll go over here. We'll see ad details. It's going to give me the full copy of the ad. So exactly like the language and everything else. It's going to use, obviously my headline and everything else. But then when you click on additional assets, you'll see that this is the copy that I use to get them to book a phone call. You know, wait, there's one more step. The next step is, and then this. So you can literally copy and paste that, right? So you can see what's working through Ad Library. Now, I said that authentic videos are working well. So I'm going to share one with you that I know has worked for a really long time. You may have seen this one. So I share it a lot because it just works. Sana has used this for a long time. She uses it for a boot camp and she uses it online. She doesn't specify what it is. So she'll get the lead and then she'll funnel them into the appropriate product based on what they actually need. So really short and sharp. What she's got here is she found a place in a local town that's really well known because she wanted to, you know, people that are local will obviously go, what's this about? You know, that's a local landmark. So you want to find a local landmark and do the ad in front of a local landmark. Her copy is really good. I've utilized copy very similar. And then we've just got a short, sharp, authentic video with captions. And so I'll show you what this looks like. Nope, I won't. All right, let's do that again. No, doesn't want to work for me. But what you can do is go to SJ Fitness and Nutrition Coaching. Let's see if one of the other ones works. No, doesn't want to play. No, doesn't want to play. Doesn't want to participate. But what you can do is you guys can have a look at that. Really short, sharp videos are working really well. All right. So again, different and unique. So that's what's working well in the ads world. So again, you've got to be different. You've got to do something that is different to everybody else. And that's really they're the main things that I wanted to share with you guys in terms of the marketing, Bare Ass marketing plan, what's working in the paid world and everything else. So, and Mel, when are we talking short videos? We're talking 30 seconds or less. Yes, we are. We're talking that video is 21 seconds. So short, sharp, gets their attention. But I really want you guys to watch it. Go to Facebook Ads Library. So it will be really good for you just to utilize that resource and you'll see it. Her copy is just on point. It's really good. You know, it's she's scripted it out beforehand. Jack, with the spear messages, are you using pretty much the same format as the 9-word email? Yeah, it's very similar. It might be a little bit longer because I've just got that little personal reference or that personal touch point as well. So what I'll also do, guys, just put any questions, or actually what I'll ask you, what's been your biggest takeaway from our time together so far? Just put it in the chat. Then I'm just going to show you Jasper before we wrap things up officially. Just put your biggest takeaway, the biggest aha, biggest thing that you need to incorporate, plug, play into your business, biggest thing you need to learn. What's just been the biggest lesson so far? Jackie, like that. Get back to posting content in a variety of formats. Tracy, more organic, change your current ad. Yeah, cool. Great. We can definitely do that. Yeah, Beck, double down 10 times. That bit of Grant Cardone. Jen, the spear. Yeah. Mel, you like that it's doable. Yeah, good. I'm glad that I haven't made it overwhelming. That's why I put it as the bare ass minimum, which is great. Yeah, and a lot of, you can recycle content, guys, as well. I think that's what you're getting at, Fee, is I will recycle content all the time. I'll do a podcast on a piece of content, then I'll do a Facebook post on a piece of content, then I'll use that as stories, then I'll use that as emails. So using the different spokes on the wheel, all right? You want to use every part in the pig. Amy, more consistent marketing across different channels. Yeah. The organic and spear for old leads. Yeah. If you guys do, you do 50 spear voice memos today and tomorrow, I guarantee that you'll end up with half a dozen consultations for next week. Database nurturing, yeah, less cookie cutter ad copy. And here, so this is where I wanted to finish on today. I wanted to show you Jasper, all right, because I don't love writing copy and I'm not very good at it either. So this has really, really helped me. So I'm going to come across to this. So Jasper uses AI. Now, like your most traditional copywriting format, there's really like two major ones. AIDA, attract, interest, desire, and action is one. And then the other one is problem, agitate, solution, which is the PAS. But you can use lots. I use this a lot for headlines. So you can come in here and you can use email subject lines. But let's just kind of show you how it works, right? Let's use an AIDA framework, all right? So 6-week fitness kickstart is going to be the product. I want to create a 6-week program in a private boutique studio to help women get back into exercise, shift some stubborn kilos, and start to feel like themselves again. I've just written that, right? So now I can change my voice and it will generate the content for me in the AIDA format. So I will have a look and it will go, attention, all right? So you're feeling like you've let yourself go a bit. We know the feeling. It happens to the best of us. But don't worry, we have the perfect solution to help you get back into shape. Our 6-week fitness kickstart is just what you need to start seeing results and shift those stubborn kilos. You'll be surrounded by like-minded women who are all there for the same reason, to get fit and feel fantastic again. Plus, our private boutique studio means you'll always have undivided attention. Sign up now and we can guarantee you won't regret it. So it's just follow that format. All right. And then it will give you a whole bunch of different examples. So you may use one sentence from one, you may use it from another, or you may want to change the voice. So I know Beck uses professional. All right. And then it will give you some more alternatives to it as well. And so I've just found this super helpful for just getting unstuck. I overcomplicate copy in a really big way. And so now you just end up with all these different ideas and super, super, super helpful. It's just allowed me to produce a lot more, a lot quicker as well. So that's Jasper. I think it costs about $30 a month. It's honestly like one of the best things I've done for just creating more content. Even like email subject lines, super important for like titles, stretching course, top mistakes personal trainers make with stretching for clients, right? So I was doing it for a client. So really, really cool. And so if you want to get more content out, you're getting stuck on what you're writing, I highly, highly recommend Jasper. Beck, you've been using it. What's your experience been?
I was a terrible copywriter, like terrible. And it used to put me off actually doing posts. And then I can't remember if it was yourself or Jimmy put me onto this. Literally, you just bullet point out what you're trying to say and it makes it fancy. Like I literally copy it into a Google Doc, take out the bits that I like, copy and paste bits from the 3 options and put it together and post it. And I used to sit and procrastinate for like 20 minutes about what I was going to write and it's done in 2 minutes.
Yeah. So good. I mean, not all of it is on point and everything else. You've got to mix up your formats, change your voices. But I agree, best $30 I've spent. It's been my best purchase in the last month, no doubt, hands down. Yeah, Grammarly is awesome, but this plus Grammarly is like your perfect combo, Fiona. It really, really is. So who's feeling a little bit more? Just put a yes in the chat if you're feeling a little more confident around your marketing moving forward. Yeah. Good. Everybody's yes. Love that. Jen, Jack, Beck, anything you guys want to ask, add before we wrap up today? Anyone else want to add anything?
I think that was so valuable and there was just a lot in there. And I think there's not anyone that cannot add one of those things in and increase their lead flows and their audience or get better engagement or attention or help their business in some way, shape or form. Good.
I'm glad to hear it. If you got specific questions, which you may, because obviously like we've covered a lot in a pretty short amount of time, make sure you reach out, ask your coach. and we'll definitely dive into some of the details. A lot of what I've covered is actually on our portal anyway. So if you're going, what's a war plan, or what's a blunt post, or what's a 9-word, or any of those things, they are in the portal itself. Also, I just want to give some real credit to Jimmy and Inner Circle as well. Like a lot of this is from, a lot of this stuff has been developed from his inspiration and his concepts. Like he has this Inner Circle marketing plan document that is truly phenomenal. And that's been a huge framework that we've utilized for this as well. So if you'd like more details on how you can access any of this, let me know, and I'll tell you how as well. But looking forward to everyone marketing really successfully for the next 90 days and beyond, and generating lots of leads and lots of clients. Have a good afternoon, team.
Hell yeah. See you guys. Thanks, Dan.
See you guys.
Thank you. See ya.